All right, so we're diving deep today. And get this,
Came
it's the
music.
Black Eyed Peas.
Hmm.
But hold on, we're not just skimming the surface with the hits everybody knows.
Right.
We're going way back, digging into their Wikipedia, articles. I even found a concert review.
Ooh, fun.
Should be a wild ride. You ready to see what makes this group tick beyond those catchy tunes?
Absolutely. Their story goes way deeper than most people realize. I think you'll be surprised.
Okay, so picture this. 1988, Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of a recording studio, we're talking breakdancing.
Aha, yeah.
Will.i.am and apple.de.app, the heart of the group, that's where they started.
And that's huge GE, you know.
Yeah.
That early love for rhythm, that energy. It's in everything they do later on.
Totally. And even their name, it wasn't always Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, yeah. Remember at Band Clan?
Exactly. Took a few tries to find that perfect fit, right?
Like any band, it's a journey, finding their sound, their image. It all comes together eventually.
And then, bam, 2002 rolls around and everything changes.
Fergie, right. What a moment for them.
What an impact, seriously.
She brought this powerful voice, but also she opened them up to a whole new world of fans.
Like way beyond just hip-hop.
Exactly. You can't deny that pop sensibility she brought in, but it still worked with their core sound.
And, you know, something we can't skip over, Fergie's story, her past with addiction. There's this theme of resilience that runs through the Black Eyed Peas. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. Facing those demons and coming out stronger, that's powerful stuff.
Okay, now we got to talk Elefunk.
Yeah.
2003, this album explodes, like worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah, what was it about that record, huh?
Why did it connect so massively?
They blended genres so well, but in a way that felt new W. Not just pop, not just hip-hop. It was something else.
And sonically, I mean, they were experimenting, pushing boundaries left and right.
For sure. They stood out, and people loved it.
It's crazy because they could just kept riding that wave hits after hits. But they didn't.
Right.
Monkey Business, sure, more hits, but then there's Bridging the Gap a little earlier.
Ah, that one's interesting.
It got the critics talking, you know?
Different vibe, yeah. More mature lyrics, social commentary, even the production felt elevated.
They were walking this tightrope, commercial success on one side, artistic respect on the other.
Happens all the time in music, right? Tough balance to strike.
But they kind of pulled it off, which is impressive considering, well, life happened too.
Oh, for sure.
Taboo's cancer battle, that had to hit the whole group hard.
Absolutely, man. That's where you see their bond, though.
Rallying around him, supporting him through it all.
And he pulled through. Talk about resilience, right?
Yeah.
He had his own strength, but that group support matters.
You know, thinking about it, their music hits different. Knowing what they went through, individually A&D together.
Yeah. Like you can hear that experience, that depth in every note.
Definitely adds another layer to it all.
For sure. It's remarkable how they weave that into their work.
Makes it all more powerful, you know?
Absolutely, it does. And speaking of powerful, we got to talk about how they use their platform for more than just music. Like they don't shy away from the tough stuff. Right.
Using their voice for something bigger.
And one song, man, Where's the Love? After 9/11, that was huge.
Yeah, way more than just a hit, right?
It captured the feeling, you know? Everyone wanted peace, unity. It was scary times.
And they put it into words, put it out there.
Exactly. They didn't just stick to partying. They had something to say.
And they still do. I mean, look at their Latin stuff lately.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole other chapter.
Blending styles, always been their thing, but this feels different.
It's not just jumping on a trend. They're going deep.
Collaborations, genuine appreciation for the music.
They're not just borrowing the sound. They're immersed in it, working with Latin artists, the whole thing.
Makes it that much richer, you know?
Totally. Okay, but now we got to address the elephant in the room.
The Fergie question, right?
Huge deal, her leaving.
So many fans were like, what happens NW?
And it's how they handled it. That's what gets me.
Mature, respectful. You don't see that much in the music biz.
No drama, just good vibes, even when parting ways.
Shows their bond, right? Even choosing different paths.
Exactly, support all around. But they didn't just stop, you know?
Oh, no way. They brought in J. Soul.
Amazing vocalist, Filipina singer, brings her own whole style.
And they kept going, kept evolving.
They didn't try to replace Fergie. It was more like adding another dimension.
Right. And the fans loved it. Translation, their first full album with J. Soul, another global hit.
Talk about resilience, man. Turning what could have been a setback into something even bigger.
3 decades they've been doing this, facing hurdles, changing it up, always pushing forward.
It's inspiring, honestly. Makes you think about creativity itself.
Right? Staying power isn't about staying the same.
Exactly. You got to evolve, you got to try new things, or you get stale.
And that's not just for music. That's life advice.
Totally. Careers, relationships, anything you're passionate about, you got to keep growing.
The Black Eyed Peas, they went through tough stuff, but they came out stronger.
Resilience isn't about avoiding the bad times. It's about how you deal with them.
And through it all, that connection to each other, to their fans, to something bigger.
Collaboration, bringing people together, that's their message. And it goes way beyond music.
It's easy to forget that, you know? We get caught up in our own stuff.
But we're all connected, and we can make a difference, even in small ways.
The Black Eyed Peas, they remind us of that.
Be adaptable, be resilient, stay connected. That's what they're about.
Powerful stuff, man. Really
Right.
makes you think.
Absolutely. And that's what we want, right? To leave people thinking, even after the deep dive's over.
Wow, so much to unpack with the Black Eyed Peas, right? We've been through it all, the music, the ups and downs, how they use their platform.
And that whole Fergie thing, wild right, leaving, and then J. Ray's soul coming in.
Talk about a reinvention. But I guess the big question is, what's the takeaway? What can we learn from their story?
That's what I love about these deep dives, you know? Going beyond the surface, finding those deeper lessons.
And with the Black Eyed Peas, there's a lot to learn, even if you're not a musician.
Oh, for sure. Like, first off, change is going to happen, right? It's how you deal with it that matters.
And they've had their share of changes musically, in the group, everything.
Exactly. But instead of freaking out, they adapted, turned it into something positive.
Like, that's a superpower right there, adapting to whatever life throws at you.
Yeah, it's like they never settled. Always pushing, evolving, finding new ways to express themselves.
And they went through some tough times, we talked about those, but they always bounce back.
Resilience, man, that's the key. It's not about avoiding hardship. It's about what you do when it hits.
And through it all, there's this sense of connection, with each other, with their fans, with something bigger.
They're all about collaboration, building bridges, using their music to bring people together.
It's easy to forget that in the daily grind, We get so focused on our own little world.
But we're all part of something larger, and we can make a difference, even in small ways.
That's what the Black Eyed Peas remind us of. And it's inspiring, honestly.
It is, and that's what we want listeners to take away, that spark of inspiration.
So as we wrap this up, think about this. What's one thing you can do today to be a little more like the Black Eyed Peas?
Try something new, maybe. Step out of your comfort zone. Connect with someone you haven't talked to in a while.
Whatever it is, go for it. The journey matters just as much as the destination, right?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Keep evolving, keep connecting, keep the music playing.
And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Black Eyed Peas. It's been a blast.